Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
Make48. Everyone's got a big idea.
Make48 is an exciting invention competition.
We put a twist on it in that you not only come up with an idea, but you actually have to make that idea, and you have to present that idea to a panel of judges, all within 48 hours.
In 48 hours, they come up with a brand new invention that didn't exist 48 hours earlier.
Make48, to me, gives the ability for anybody to come and compete, to learn the process from an idea to market.
We want to make inventing and that possibility of invention available for everybody.
It is a hands-on, immersive experience in the world of invention. We actually take the invention process and more or less distill it down into these incredible 2 days.
Our next event is going to be at the Kansas City Art Institute, which is a really amazing place. They have a brand new prototyping lab. It's really a magical place. In fact, Walt Disney went there, so it's got a lot of history.
It is a place of artistic nurturing, of creativity, of knowledge. That's what Make48 is. This weekend, we've got 17 teams from throughout the U.S. and Canada.
We have people from all ages and all genders and all backgrounds. That is amazing to see.
We got daughter and dad teams. We have son and dad teams. We have married couples. We have professional engineering teams.
If you have an idea in your head, you can be an inventor.
So this weekend is power-packed with the to-dos for each one of these teams. They need to come in and they need to come up with an idea based on a challenge that we give them. Coming in, they don't know what that challenge is going to be.
The challenge for this event is innovative household products. So there's products that are within the 4 walls of the home, including the garage. We have a price point between $19 and $29.
And once they've come up with the idea, they have to make a look and feel prototype, something that takes it from head to hand, something that they can demonstrate before a panel of judges. Then they have to come up with marketing material. They have to come up with a presentation video and a pitch. And then on Sunday, at the end of the 48 hours, they have to give this pitch and this presentation and show this prototype to a panel of judges who will rate the product and judge it based on its commercial viability.
The real challenge is the price. The price is what really limits them on this one. $19.99 to $29.99. That's a pretty tight category, which means you're going to have to make the product. The product's going to have to be manufactured for anywhere from $4 to $6. You have an idea, and it requires some skills that you don't have. So we gathered the best tool techs that we knew, the best professionals in the industry, and these people helped them get it done.
They are an incredible group of individuals that are truly the magic sauce.
The thing that amazes me about tool techs is their passion. They have such deep passion for what they do.
And these guys work their butts off for 48 hours. You'll find them sleeping in the trailer. They will not go home because they're on standby, and that last 24 hours, they have to make all these products.
Some teams may have a question about, oh, well, if I market it at this price, how's it going to do on the store shelves? Well, the tool techs may not know that.
So we brought in some mentors for the weekend, people that have been there and done that in the way of taking an idea to market. We brought in the team from Wet and Forget and the team from Squatty Potty. People have reached incredible levels of success with their products. They are here this weekend to join us in helping each one of these teams to give them guidance, counsel.
And if they believe in the product, then those people are more likely to believe in our product. And then they start to believe in our product, and they share it with their neighbors and their friends, and and it just rolls from there. We're here to answer questions, and so just grab one of us.
We need an idea first, and then we can start talking about marketing.
So it's very important for these people who have sold products to be a part of Make48, because making a product's one thing, selling it is going to be the tough part, and that's another thing.
At the end of it, they have the opportunity to get their product to market if they place in the top 3, and those products can be taken to store shelves.
We're going to take those 3 products all the way to market and show the process of how that's done. And that is a really interesting process. One, for the teams, they can be very educated on that process of how it's actually done. But 2, that product's going to go all the way to market. So they get a license agreement with Handy Camel, and they'll get a 5% royalty of wholesale. They get to own the patents, they're paid for by Handy Camel, and they get the royalty moving forward. So they've got a good asset. So if that product is really successful in the future and a bigger company wants to buy it, that's their asset to sell. Those 3 products are going to go through the crowdfunding platform. And crowdfunding is becoming very popular with inventors, first-time inventors, right through to the biggest brands in the world to gauge focus groups, consumer insight, and price points. So that's a very interesting part of what we're going to do with the winning products.
It is an imposing competition, but with the way that we've set it up, we found a way to even the playing field and make sure that each and every team can work through that process and execute those stages successfully. We haven't had one team fail to have a great idea at the end of 48 hours. And I know this weekend, we won't have a team fail. Welcome to the 4th Make48. I think it's time for a challenge. What do you think? All right!
5, 4, 3, 2.
When the whistle blows, the work begins.
The process of invention all starts with the idea, that potential solution for some problem that you've identified.
The broadness of the product category, innovative household items, proves challenging for some of the teams.
We still aren't sure what we're going to do.
It's much more difficult than anticipated.
So we have kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, garage. Within the kitchen, you have food prep, you have food storage. And then underneath that, products that might fit in, and then try to figure out pain points around those things.
A lot of people might think that an idea just comes out of nowhere. And sometimes, truly, an idea can just pop in the mind. But a lot of times, that idea curates with a lot of conversation and some research, some whiteboarding, and some brainstorming.
Team Northland Caps zeroes in on a problem early and focuses their attention on possible solutions.
Like some people put their items in separate bags, like delicates or something, and they want them washed differently. So it would be something that can surround the whole laundry.
I was envisioning something like this. Like that. Is that what you guys are talking about? Some kind of mesh.
Yeah.
It's like a mesh.
Even that, super simple, because that way we can use a cheap, interchangeable net.
The energy is incredible when you walk through there and you see every type of people you can imagine brainstorming and coming up with ideas and presenting problems and solutions to them.
There's 3 generations. I'm Elwin Yoder from Warsaw, Missouri, my son-in-law, and my 2 grandsons.
Explain the pain that you guys came up with, and then let them know what this is.
All right, so you have any type of single-serve coffee maker like the Keurig,
right?
And they always have these tiny tanks on them, so you got to fill them up like every 4 or 5 cups of coffee.
Right.
What if we can make an extension tank?
Okay.
That would work on any.
I like where this is going. All right.
And basically, it would just siphon over it.
Yes.
As this one drains, this one drains.
The first thing someone's going to say, well, what about all the different, coffee makers, yada, yada, yada.
It should work almost any of them.
Right.
As long as we can figure out that lid adapter and then a way to level it, raise.
Right. This is very nice.
I am absolutely blown away by some of the ideas I've seen coming out of this today. I mean, I would have not thought of some of this in a million years. And then you see it, you go, God, why didn't I think of that?
That's what you want. You want crazy stuff thrown at the board, and that'll refine down into something better. You just got to keep throwing everything you got at the board.
During the brainstorming phase, teams meet with their mentors to get advice. Hatch Innovations pitches their idea to the folks from Squatty Potty.
Hey guys, I want to introduce you to Judy Edwards with Squatty Potty.
Okay.
Okay. Because it kind of fits what you guys are doing.
Okay.
All right, a little bit. So,
hey guys, how are you?
These are Squatty.
Yeah.
These are Squatty Potty guys.
Hey. Good.
Hello. The three of us have boys. I've got a 10-year-old. He's got a 15 and a 10-year-old.
Yes.
That's right.
All boys?
All boys.
I'll tell you what you guys need to solve then.
What's that?
Pee-pee on the seat.
It's probably what we're doing right here.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So
Well, good minds think alike.
So what we're looking at basically is just a simple laser that's activated when the seat goes up. It forms a target and the
It sits on this portion of the.
Yeah, that's really cool. Something real simple.
It's like the urinal with the little bumblebee in it, or the soccer ball.
Yeah, this is
totally clean.
I mean, my initial opinion is it's a great idea. It solves the problem. It's extremely marketable because it's fun to talk about.
Well, right.
Like we all love to talk
I know.
about it. It sells, you know. It's great. You get the people to buy it for the novelty, and then they realize it works. It solves the problem, and that's like the perfect gift.
Yeah, right.
Because it starts a conversation. You laugh about it, they appreciate it, and they can't wait to go try it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like it's fun.
I mean, people give them as gifts. Our biggest season is Christmas.
Just remember, your retailers want 60% margin to be able to bring this to market.
I think you'll be able to get it.
So the Squatty Potty people have been very helpful, kind of working through our ideas. They had some good insight into the market. They had some great insight into kind of a target audience and who needs what. And yeah, it was fantastic to talk to them, and they seem to enjoy the idea, and it's been great working with them.
As the clock ticks, our teams continue narrowing down their ideas, hoping to hit upon that eureka moment.
It's really intense, but it's really exciting at the same time to see like what we can accomplish in 48 hours.
Right, yeah.
What it takes to be an inventor is just your own imagination. That's it. You're a human being. You have an imagination. You have creativity. Some people are more creative than others, but everybody's got a good idea.
He's the inventor.
We're engaged to be married, and actually a year from yesterday.
He asked me if I would join him, and so here we are.
All right, so this first idea is a collapsible lid. If you want to mix a salad,
right,
or anything like that, the best way to mix it is to increase your space. So we were thinking maybe there's a way to create a lid that you can expand and almost double the size of the whole container, and then shake it up, and then you could collapse it again, and now you have a mixed salad.
Right. But what's your second one?
So the second one is a filter in the sink that will not allow standing water, that would allow only water and fluid to pass through, but just prevent all the junk.
Now there could be some solutions there, because there is a myriad of products out there that do this, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
And then you have to resort to getting that thing, stick down in your pulse, and So I like this challenge, and I think if you can figure that out, you got a really interesting product. So think about that.
That's interesting.
Well done.
After several hours of brainstorming and ideation, Kurt introduces the teams to someone who will help them move on to the next phase.
We are sorry to break into your creating time. Hope it is going well, but we have reached an important juncture in our 48 hours. We now have somebody on the premises who is ready to help you with the next stage. Our patent attorney, Chris DeBacker, right here is finally arrived on scene.
We have a patent attorney on staff to interview the teams, talk to them about their ideas, do quick patent searches, tell them if there's anything out there that he finds in a short amount of time.
The reason they wanted me here was to do some prior art research.
Prior art's a term that basically means that somebody's filed for a patent of your idea, so it's been patented already.
A lot of times products may be filed, you'll see patent pending on things, but they'll never get very far in the marketplace. They may not sell very well, so there's a treasure trove of information out there of prior art, which is what we're worried about.
With no time to spare, teams begin meeting with a patent attorney. Team 801 is first up.
We thought about having a strip that you can attach to the container, so as you stick it inside the refrigerator, and with the temperature of the refrigerator and time, it actually starts to change color from green to red, and so you know that once it's hit that complete red, you know it's past 7 days.
I think that's a great idea, personally, because I found stuff in the fridge. How long it's been here?
Yeah.
How you're gonna make it work is probably the biggest question, but here's a food freshness indicator strip. You stick it inside whatever it is. Maybe look at this one, see what you think. Make sure no one's done that before, that's your best bet if you can make it work. If you can figure out how to make it work.
All right, it's a tough one this time. That's
a tough
for sure.
one. Yeah.
Man, we've hit lots of walls, right?
The new Renaissance Brigade bounces ideas off the tool techs, hoping they can come up with that perfect solution to some of life's everyday problems.
Oh, the tool techs have just been a tremendous help, both in helping us think through what materials might be best to prototype, as well as just using them as sounding boards. You know, we had two ideas for a while, pitching them back and forth, hearing their take. You know, the idea of wait, I can put my dustpan and my hand brush on the side of my fridge, like as thin as a piece of paper. So, wow, right? Yeah, that's cool. Literally 2 flat pieces as thick as maybe a thin cutting board, and you can put it anywhere. You can put it in a drawer. You could slap it to the side of your fridge. That's magnet the size of your washer and dryer.
It's just a wasted space if you don't do something.
Wasted space.
I believe there's no bad ideas. My crazy idea might inspire my teammate to come up with even a better idea.
Well, that's what we thought about too. Like, are we just reinventing the dustpan, still in the paradigm of broom and dustpan? You know, my brain started going, do we need something like a big turkey baster where you squeeze it in and then you let go, you got suction coming in, and that's more like sliding across the floor to get your dirt up. But then we were trying to think in totally different ways. Like, are we thinking about broom and dustpan still too confined to broom and dustpan? We're reinventing it, but is there a whole new way to think about that thing? You know, I think this is a good iteration.
Yeah, exactly.
We had 2 ideas for a while, pitching them back and forth, hearing their take. You know, this one might be more for this audience. This is probably a better fit for this event. And we just try to get as many of those kind of crowdsourced insights from those guys as we can, synthesize that all together to help focus our direction. But they're just an invaluable asset to this whole experience, and just a bunch of great people and really fun to just hang around with. So.
The Austin Design Quad has been to Make48 before. They're hoping that their salad bowl innovation will be just the thing to get them in the winner's circle this time.
Doing the Make48 is a big adventure. I've been looking forward to it. I get pumped about it, thinking about it. For me personally, being a garage inventor, I have yet to have a product succeed. I've made some things, they just haven't gone anywhere. I would like to invent a product and see it on the shelves and say, I was part of that.
Try it in the bowl.
All right, give me a bowl, give me some lettuce. So the whole problem is you can't pick up the lettuce in the bottom of the bowl, right? So the bottom of your bowl is gonna have the bottom of that, right? So then when it's all laying on the bottom, it works. But my concern is still this texture is the manufacturability. I mean, we can fake it, but it has to be, it has to be real stuff. So this is your textures you're experimenting with?
We're having to define it. And
tried a bunch of different stuff, and we're going with some combination of.
So this is it. And is this a removable insert, or is this actually the bowl?
To meet the price goals and the target range and everything, we're thinking of a 4-bowl set, and it's molded into the bowl, and you're actually buying the bowl.
So the ×5 rule, right? Which we all know. So if you make this product, and it has to cost, if it's gonna retail for $20, you have to make it with packaging for $4. So a mat that fits in the bottom of these bowls, let's just say that, they're $1 each, you have a set of 4, you just met your price point of $20, right? Technically.
A lot of great ideas out there. I'm walking around, seeing everybody looking at their ideas. Some people are pretty far along. There's Ultimakers are already running with some parts on a 3D printers. They're cranking out some parts, and other people are still at the whiteboard struggling.
There's a big pitfall because you can go down a road and then suddenly realize that's already been made. Back to square one.
The examiner can make a pretty compelling argument that would be obvious. It's usually better to, at this early stage, if you've got something this close, to start over if you can.
So time is ticking to come up with something, and there's no excuses.
Some are farther than I thought. I think we had people actually printing by like 8 o'clock tonight, which is pretty good. That's kind of a record, I think.
While waiting for their meeting with the patent attorney, Topeka Designs continue to discuss their bathroom storage product.
48 hours? Holy moly. So you try to put things down a little more laser focus?
This is what's going on here. You got the silicone deal.
Oh, I like that.
But it's like kind of like...
Not make manufacturing more expensive though.
No. It's just rubber. It's just
It's just cut out. It's all individual. You can also do injection molding. However, made this and think of that too. Okay.
After a successful meeting with the patent attorney, Team 3 Gen gets a head start on prototyping. They employ the help of the 3D printers to create a custom part.
3D printers have been around for a long time, but only in the past 5 years have they been on the desktop in an affordable way. So now this allows these designs to be output in hours, sometimes minutes. There's no bottleneck for the inventor. They can just think it up and we can get it output here quickly so they can react to it, change it, or go on to the next phase of their workflow.
All right, guys, check it out. What do you think?
I think it's good.
Think that'll work?
I mean, yeah. Well, to try anyways. I mean, it'll be a fast enough print we could.
I didn't do the corners all the way to the side, but it'll be fine for what you guys do.
Yeah.
So we'll give that a shot.
Yep. You know, one of the things that's kind of cool is that at least we're getting a head start on the printing tonight.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. And we got the acrylic coming in the morning, so that's one thing we don't have to purchase.
At least there's no patent.
Yeah.
Well, that's the main thing. There's not already a patent. Nobody's done it before that we can tell, so that's good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Burning my hands.
That looks good.
Oh,
that was easy. That was easy.
Hey, oh, it fits.
Yeah. All right.
Sweet.
Nice.
Look at that. Nice tight fit.
That is tight.
We said bad about you.
Oh, yes.
That's
Perfect.
Love it. Sweet. That's just, man, that's great. Yeah. You couldn't have got that any better.
Multiples this time, so it cools.
All right.
Every time we've had every team get an invention on stage by Sunday, and I know it's going to happen this time too.
In the pits, Team Gigawatt finishes up some final design ideas ahead of their meeting with the patent attorney. Is their idea for a multifunction power adapter unique enough to get a patent, or will they need to make modifications?
This female end was built into the track, right? So all you gotta do, and it's hanging out, all you gotta do is plug it in.
Oh, just like a little tail?
And then just wrap it, you know? And so it's not plugged in hard, you know? And so this would here will have a cord on it.
And that, added into a patent, I think is a really unique thing. I don't think anyone has done that. There's no reason they would have, you know?
So that way your entire cord would be hidden.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's doable.
It's definitely doable. It's easier than the way we had just talked about.
There are two ways that your patent application could be rejected. One is if someone's done exactly what you've done before, which you have so many features here, it's unlikely everyone's done that before. But the most common way that we get patent applications rejected is an obviousness type rejection, where the patent office will cite 3, sometimes 4 references and say, this reference teaches a plug-in for a toolless outlet adapter. This other reference teaches an outlet adapter that has a motion nightlight. This other one has USBs. This other one has, you know, a wraparound thing. So that would be my worry. Now, when you get into so many features, it's hard for them to really say it's obvious.
The short answer is we could get it patentable, but it may not be real valuable.
It's not going to be the best patent in the world, right? It's going to be a rather limited patent. If you could add another feature, I don't know what it might be, but if you could add another feature, I'd be more inclined to say, yeah, you're going to be able to escape an obviousness type rejection.
At this point, with where our design is, getting around that patent would be pretty easy.
It wouldn't be a very powerful patent, or strong patent.
Right.
But we don't necessarily need a patent. Like, it's QVC.
Maybe not, but it's always good to have one.
Yeah. But tomorrow morning, we just gotta finalize a shopping list before we get going and get our materials.
And see if we can come up with that kicker of a feature that solidifies a patent as being valuable.
Okay, my brain's fried.
I'm ready for bed.
Me too.
It's late, day one. These teams are hyped up. Their ideas are ready. They've made their material list, and they've got to get some sleep because tomorrow's going to be a big day.
On the next Make48, the teams head out on a supply run to gather materials to begin making their prototypes.
Make48 teams, we have 30 minutes left.
Now the real hands-on innovation begins. Then they will face a focus group of industry experts.
If the solution works, then yeah.
Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
A provisional patent application is a one-year placeholder patent application. It gets you your place in line. Patents are all about when did you file your application? When did this other product or patent come out? If it came out before you, it's prior art and you could infringe on it. If it comes after you, maybe it's infringing on your patent, your idea. The provisional application, it gives you 1 year from the filing date to perfect your idea, go out, make sure it's something that's going to be marketable, and then you file the full non-provisional formal patent application, which will actually be examined by the patent office. A lot of times with the provisional application, it's very informal. You can take photographs of a prototype, you can take hand drawings, sketches, you can just file that with the patent office, and that's good enough to show your invention.
To learn more about the invention process and to get to know the teams, visit Make48.com.